In a video posted to YouTube on November 19th, 2025, Philadelphia Police Department officers approached a man named Anthony, who was parked in front of a driveway and sleeping in his vehicle while waiting for his wife to finish caring for her grandmother. Anthony filmed the encounter that followed and later shared it on his YouTube channel.
Is your body cam on?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Look. I'm gonna talk.
Close my door.
I'm not closing your door. Look.
Close my.
You gonna put the window
Close
down?
my door, please. I ain't give you permission to touch my car. I ain't give you permission to touch my car, bro. I did not give you permission to touch my car.
Listen. You sleep in the car, right?
Listen. There's no. This is closed. I know the owner of this. He closes it every night.
Why don't you just say that?
Listen, I just told you I live on this block. My mother-in-law live on this block. No, bro, listen, close my door. I don't give you no right to look at my car. Stop searching my car with your light, bro. Shut my door. I didn't give you permission to search no vehicle out here. What is you doing? Close my door. I'm not escalating nothing. I know my rights. Y'all gonna get sued. I'm dead serious. Yo, tell them shut my door right now, bro. Or call your supervisor for me. Call your supervisor for me. I ain't got nothing to say. I'm not answering no questions, no nothing. Close my door. I ain't give you permission to touch my car door. I ain't doing nothing illegal. I'm minding my business. My wife taking care of her mother. Close my door. Close my door. You gonna see how I'm tripping. You gonna see when you call your supervisor here. You gonna see how you wrong. You gonna see where you gonna see you wrong. Nobody come out of here, bro. It's closed. No, it does matter. I live on this block for 20 years. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about, bro.
De-escalate the situation.
De-escalate. Close my door.
You escalate the situation.
Close my door. No. He escalated. He opened my door. You did not have permission to open my door, look at my car, search nothing. Thank you. Close my door. Don't ever open nobody's property, bro. What is wrong with y'all? This is the divide between the community and y'all. Y'all walk up acting like y'all Superman. Y'all not. Ain't nobody bothering nobody, bro. I live on this block 20 years. I know the owner of this building. Why the he opened my door, bro?
Can I speak?
Why he opened my door?
Because we asked you, can you put on my
He don't get what he wants. That's not how this work, bro.
You already hostile.
But that's not how this work. You don't open my door without my permission, bro. You think I don't know my rights?
It's not rights, though.
You don't know my rights? Ain't no law being violated. Hold up. Who called you to tell you there was a law being broken out here?
You breaking the law right
Who told you that there was a law being broken out here?
Where's the on your well-being? You woke up all hype as hell.
Where's the sign?
Bro, you woke up hype as hell. Everything's recorded.
Look at the sign. 2-hour parking. We got a permit to park on this block.
Bro, you're
Who called you and told you I'm blocking his driveway? They called you and told you I'm blocking their driveway?
Listening, bro.
I'm asking you a question.
You know what? You're not explaining, bro. I'm trying to make this.
They called you and told you I'm blocking their driveway? Nobody called you, bro. Nobody called you, bro.
The officer explains that they approached Anthony because his vehicle was blocking the driveway, and Anthony argues that nobody called them to report he was blocking the driveway. Section 12-913 of the Philadelphia Code prohibits drivers from standing or parking a vehicle in front of a public or private driveway, and the ordinance contains no exception for vehicles parked on a public street in front of a driveway with the property owner's permission. Because Anthony's vehicle was visibly parked in front of a driveway, a court would likely find that the officer's observations of the potential violation were sufficient to justify an investigative detention, and a citizen complaint was not required for them to lawfully do so. The Supreme Court established that framework in the 1968 case of Terry v. Ohio, which arose not from a tip or citizen complaint, but from a detective's personal observation of two men repeatedly pacing in front of a store window in a pattern that the officer recognized as consistent with casing for a robbery. In this context, the court held that an officer may detain a citizen based on reasonable articulable suspicion of a legal violation, even when the suspicion was entirely derived from the officer's own observations and not an outside source. Accordingly, a court would likely conclude that the officer's approach and initial detention of Anthony were lawful, as the observed potential parking violation provided sufficient reasonable articulable suspicion to justify the stop, regardless of whether any citizen complaint had been made.
Your man walked up, opened my door, bro. That's not looking for a problem. That's a divide between y'all and the community. That's the divide, is because y'all think y'all right. You don't walk up, open somebody's car, and then tell me you're not right. I don't want to hear you talk. I don't. Because your man just violated. He f***ed up. Yeah, he f***ed up. Call your supervisor. Run the tags. Run whatever you got. This shit all legit. You walk up, touching my vehicle. What is you talking about? You tripping. Ain't nobody tripping. You can look all you way, nothing in here.
You tripping.
Yeah.
You can get my man.
Yeah. What's your name? What's your name and badge number?
Bro, you tripping.
What's your name and badge number?
It's right here.
No, I can't read.
Yeah, you can't
read it out for. What's your name and badge number? What's your name and badge number, bro? Huh?
What's your license, bro?
What's your name and badge number?
1593.
You ain't pulling me over. This ain't no stop.
Oh, it is a stop.
No, it's not a stop. No, call your supervisor right now. What's your name and badge number?
Oh, Fuentes.
Fuentes?
3700. Fuentes. 3700.
Fuentes 3700. What's your name and badge number? What's your name and badge number, bro?
1593 Bell, Officer Bell.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Listen.
I'm requesting your supervisor. Call your supervisor for me.
First, I'm about to make sure everything's safe.
Call your supervisor for me.
Listen. We stopped you, right? You sleep in the car, right?
Right. Call your supervisor for me, please. Thank you. I appreciate it.
You see a driver?
Yeah, somebody called you for this? Somebody called you, told you I'm in it? 20 years I've been on this block, bro. This is the first time y'all ever did it. Yo, your man walked up, opened my car like that, searching all of my car, illegal searching. Get the f out of here. Call your supervisor, bro.
One more time.
Call your supervisor. Listen, I'm not refusing the ID until I talk to your supervisor. This is not a stop. This is not a stop. I'm not driving. The car not moving. Call your supervisor, bro. Call your supervisor, bro. Bro, call your supervisor. No. You know, I'm not getting out nothing. This is an illegal detainment.
Doesn't matter. You can
Illegal detainment. No. Illegal detainment. This is illegal detainment. Don't touch me, bro. Call your supervisor. I'm requesting your supervisor, bro. I'm requesting your supervisor, bro.
He's calling.
Okay, we'll call him. Why you touching me, bro? No, this is not a stop. I wasn't driving. Call your supervisor, bro. Listen, under threat of arrest, listen to me. Under threat of arrest, listen to me. I'm gonna get out this car, but under threat of arrest, you do not have permission to search my car. I'm gonna get out my car, back up, and call your supervisor. Call your supervisor. I don't see you calling nobody.
That's it.
Out of here, bro. Don't ever open nobody's car door. What's wrong with you, bro? No, you chill out.
Why you got for safety? I'm just on.
No, don't touch me. I ain't giving you no consent, no consent to search me, bro. Why you touching me, bro? Why is you touching me, bro? Bro, why is you touching me? Stop touching me. No, this ain't no detainment. Bro, nobody called you, bro. What is you doing right now?
The officers order Anthony out of the vehicle, and after he eventually complies under threat of arrest, they frisk him over his objections, asserting a concern for officer safety. The Supreme Court held in the 1977 case of Pennsylvania v. Mims that an officer may order the driver of a lawfully stopped vehicle to exit as a matter of course, without any additional justification, reasoning that the safety interest in removing a driver from a vehicle outweighs the minimal intrusion on personal liberty. This stop was not a traditional traffic stop, as Anthony was parked and sleeping rather than operating a moving vehicle. However, while the Mims case arose in the context of a moving vehicle being pulled over, some federal courts have applied its framework to parking violation stops of stationary vehicles without treating that distinction as dispositive. Accordingly, court could reasonably conclude that the officer safety rationale underlying Mims applies with equal force here, where the officers detained an individual in the driver's seat of a parked vehicle to investigate a parking violation. Now, as for the frisk, in addition to establishing the reasonable suspicion framework that we discussed earlier in this episode, the Supreme Court also held in the Terry case that an officer may conduct a limited pat-down for weapons only when the officer has reasonable articulable suspicion that the person is armed and dangerous. An analysis that is separate from and in addition to the reasonable suspicion that's justifying the detention. Nothing in the footage suggests a basis for that suspicion here. Anthony was sleeping in a parked vehicle. The stop arose from a minor parking violation, and there is no indication of any weapon, threatening gesture, or other specific articulable fact suggesting that he was armed. His argumentative demeanor and reluctance to exit the vehicle are not inherently suggestive of being armed and dangerous, and a court would likely conclude that the frisk was not supported by the reasonable articulable suspicion that the Terry case requires.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna sue the out of y'all. I know my rights, bro. I know my rights. I'm gonna sue the out of y'all. This is illegal detainment. I'm telling you.
Calm down.
I'm telling you, bro. You're gonna get fucking sued. You're gonna get sued. I'm telling you. Watch.
Okay, calm down.
Watch, and then you put them cuffs on, bro. How the you put the cuffs on me like that? How the you put the cuffs on me like that, bro?
Calm down.
Bro, fix them cuffs.
You heard they raised
Call your supervisor, bro. Yo, you hurting my wrist, bro. You hurting my wrist, bro. What the are you doing right now?
That's you're near LA in Wishart, right?
Yo, fix these cuffs. They cutting my wrist.
No, 2025 East Wishart.
Yo, fix these cuffs. They cutting my wrist, bro. I don't give you permission to search my car. Get the out my car right now. Yo, that's the illegal search. Why you all up in my for? Get the out my car. Ain't nobody give you permission to go on my wheel, bro. Get the out my car. This all up in my wheel right now. Why you in my wife's purse, bro? Why the you in my wife's purse? Yo, this illegally searching my right now, bro. Cutting my wrist.
Alright, I'll stop it.
These cuffs is cutting my wrist. Fix these cuffs for me and I give you my license. I give you my license. No, I ain't telling you. You're illegal searching my whip, bro.
Here, look at this stuff.
Fix that wrist and I'll give you my license.
Bro, I'm trying to fix it. I need you to take the
fix
stuff
my
out.
cuffs and I'll give you my license, bro. This is an illegal detainment. Call your
Bro,
supervisor.
let go of this
ASAP.
stuff. I'm gonna put it right here on your car and then I'm gonna fix these cuffs. Take it easy though.
Listen, you already searched me. You already searched me. Fix my cuffs and I'll give you my ID.
Here comes the supervisor right here.
All right, thank you. Yo, this is an illegal search right now. They violating my rights right now. Yo, they violating my rights right now for no reason. They searching the car and everything. Yo, you got a major. Listen, it's a major lawsuit. It's a major lawsuit. It's a major lawsuit. They violating my rights. Listen, these cuffs are cutting my wrist really bad. He put them on. He put them on to be a dickhead. Nothing. I was sleeping in the car. They came and popped the doors open and ran in my car. Listen, nobody called them. Listen, these cuffs are cutting my wrist. Please tell him fix my cuffs.
Let's go.
Please. I can't feel my left hand.
Let's go.
It's numb. I can't feel my left hand. It's numb. They cutting my shit.
Bro, I'm trying to fix the
can you stop
handcuffs.
using
Let go of this
seconds?
stuff.
Just don't take my phone.
Yeah, we're
Take
taking.
my phone. Take my phone, friend.
No. Oh my God! Stop.
This is illegal detainment.
All right, the cops sit him in the car for now.
This is not legal. I'm telling you. I know my rights.
I just gotta get that unlocked.
He knows all about First Amendment rights.
Okay, good for him.
Why they take him out the car though? He was just sitting in the car. He was just sitting in the car. Why y'all take him out the car?
Locking it. He's sleeping in the car.
He's waiting for me.
I understand.
Right there.
He don't want me to come around him by myself because it's just not safe.
Well, they tried to get his information. He seems kind of being loud, so we're just gonna.
Because he knows his rights. He knows his rights. He knows his rights. And you know he's
He
not.
wasn't. He was sleeping in the car.
He's waiting for me. We're exhausted. We get up 5:30 every morning to take our kids to school.
Just let him finish doing what they're doing. I'm sure you know. Okay?
A little bit of weed. Probably tripping off that little
But
bit.
why y'all searching the car?
Oh, please stop.
You can't search his car. He's just sitting in the car.
Sorry, I'm calling a lawyer. This is violation of rights. Yeah, he was just sitting there.
They ain't say no charges. No, what's the reason of the search?
I don't have to say charges to you. You're not his mom.
They ain't tell him what's the reason for the search. They ain't do none of that. They just
Go ahead.
snatched him
Call
out
the
the
lawyer.
car.
You
Call.
took him out of the car for that and you went to the car for nothing?
No, it's okay. Y'all can do your job. I'm just saying
Thank
why.
you. Can I
I
just
take
say?
care of my grandmother down the street.
Okay.
That's what I do. And he don't want me to come over here by myself.
I got
It's
you.
not safe.
No, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, why y'all taking him
Something
out the car?
happens to me. And Fox, go in the house. They just
heard me?
locked Anthony up.
He's not locked up. He's detained. Jesus Christ.
I know that's
Can
what
we-
I'm saying, but why they detain him? He just sitting in the car. He live on the block. Like, it's crazy. I literally walked
He
out
doesn't
and put
know.
my
He doesn't know this. This isn't his house. This just not his house.
Yeah, the cops are here. They're locking Anthony up because he's in the car waiting for me. He's sitting in the car waiting for me. And they pulled me out the car and locked him up because he's waiting for me.
I'm not even.
No, I'm not kidding.
Just stay there.
And now they're searching my car. They took his wallet. They took his phone.
Y'all question
They
because he's sitting in
violated
the
his
car?
rights. I'm calling a lawyer and I will win this. No, he's waiting for me. I'm just taking care of my grandmother. He knows his rights. He's a First Amendment auditor.
You could lock the door.
He's
Y'all
on
can't just
YouTube.
come up and start questioning because he's sitting in the car.
He's waiting for me. My grandmom is screaming out the door. My 76-year-old grandmother is screaming out the door. Because, no, she's screaming because you locked my husband up, who does nothing up. Let him go. He takes care of me and my children. No, you are violating people's rights. It's not right. I am calling a lawyer and I am filming all this. Go in the house. Go in the house. Go. Well, thank you for getting me. We don't bother nobody. I take care of my grandma.
Hey, yo, listen. No, my man. Illegal searches. You illegally detain me. You illegally detain me. You ran up in my car, my wife's purse. You searched her purse and everything. Her purse was locked. I got it all recorded, dickhead. We gonna see. It's all recorded. No. Pussy, take these cuffs off me. And if you ain't had that badge, oh man, you be in a world of. You be in a world of. Does he have a badge? It's hypothetically speaking. You violated my rights. You getting a lawsuit on you. That's what you got. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in court, bro. I'll see you in court. You thought you with the wrong one. You know that, right? You with the wrong one. I hope you know. I'm gonna take y'all to court. It don't matter. Y'all gonna cut me a nice check. Y'all gonna cut me a nice check. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. You gonna cut me a nice check. Thank you for violating my rights. The out of my face. Thank you for violating my rights. Yo, what's your name and badge number? What's your name and badge number? For the illegal detainment and violating my rights? Yo, he opened my wife's purse and took all my. He searched all my illegally. You understand me?
Anthony argues that the officers illegally searched his vehicle and his wife's purse. Under the automobile exception to the warrant requirement, first established by the Supreme Court in the 1925 case of Carroll v. United States, officers may conduct a warrantless search of a vehicle when they have probable cause to believe that it contains evidence of a crime or contraband. The Supreme Court extended that principle to containers within vehicles in the 1991 case of California v. Acevedo, holding that when officers have probable cause to search a vehicle, they may search any container within it that could conceal the object of the search. Absent probable cause to believe that the vehicle contained evidence of a crime or contraband, however, the automobile exception does not apply, and nothing in the footage suggests that officers have probable cause to search here. The stop arose from a parking violation. Anthony was sleeping and not engaged in any observable criminal activity, and the officers articulated no facts suggesting contraband or evidence of a crime was present in the vehicle. Without probable cause, neither the vehicle search nor the search of the wife's purse appears to have been constitutionally justified, and a court would likely conclude that both searches violated the Fourth Amendment.
Illegal detainment. Illegal detainment.
Come on, we're
I'm
gonna
suing
call
the
lawyer in the morning.
Did you take,
call him.
you cut the car off? You cut
I
the
don't
car
know.
off? Hold on. Let me just, hold on, let me make sure the car's secure. What's your name and badge number?
392.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Your officers came over here, popped my door open. None of my neighbors called. I've been on this block for 20 years. He opened the door. Listen, he opened the door. I told them my wife is taking care. Hold on. Listen. It's funny that y'all letting me talk now, because a minute ago, he didn't want to hear nothing. He asked me, what are you doing? I said, my wife's taking care of her grandmother. I've been on this block 20 years. He said, you blocking the driveway. I said, it's okay. I know this guy. I said, he only open Monday through Friday at nights. He closes. He don't mind if you park here. He didn't give a you know what he did? As soon as I said that, he popped the door open on the passenger side. That had me so hot. I said, bro, why are you opening my door? I said, close my door. He would not listen.
Anthony recounts how one of the officers opened the door to his vehicle when they first approached him in the car. In the footage that Anthony captured of the encounter, an officer can be seen opening the passenger side door of his vehicle and shining his flashlight inside, but he does not appear to cross the threshold or physically enter the vehicle's interior. First, it should be noted that the Supreme Court held in the 1983 case of Texas v. Brown that shining a flashlight into a vehicle's interior does not constitute a search that implicates the Fourth Amendment, reasoning that an officer's use of artificial means to illuminate a darkened area implicates no greater privacy concern than the observation that any passerby could make from outside the vehicle. The opening of the door is a separate question. Although opening a car door would constitute a search within the meaning of the Fourth Amendment, as the Supreme Court explained in the 1991 case of Florida v. Jimeno, the Fourth Amendment does not prohibit all state-initiated searches, only those which are unreasonable. In the 2023 case of United States v. Dowdell, the Third Circuit Court of Appeals, which has jurisdiction over Pennsylvania, affirmed the exclusion of evidence obtained after an officer opened a car door without reasonable suspicion, suggesting that reasonable suspicion is sufficient to justify opening a car door in this circuit. Now, in this instance, because Anthony was being detained for an observed parking violation of a vehicle that he was behind the wheel of, a court applying this precedent could conclude that the reasonable suspicion standard was met, and therefore that there was no Fourth Amendment violation in opening the door because it constituted a reasonable search under the circumstances.
He would not listen. He violated my rights. Yo, look what y'all did to my wrist. Get this camera. Look at this. Look at this. Yo, let me tell you something. I'm recovering from a fractured wrist. 5 years. I'm a truck driver for Coca-Cola. You put them cuffs on so stupid, I can't feel my arm right now, bro. I can't feel my arm right now. They up. They up. They
Gotta go in the house.
Listen, y'all got a lawsuit. I need
Stop
some. Hold
cheating in the house
on.
screaming. We gotta go.
I need a what do you call? I need a police
I
report.
just gave it to him.
Who you gave it to?
Be quiet.
You gave it to him.
I'm not talking to you right now.
Who you gave it to?
I just gave it to you. I gave it to you.
No. I want the report number for this. Huh?
They want to walk away and talk to you. You're over to
No. I want the report number.
You don't.
All right, can I get your card? Can I get your card?
Okay.
You have a card on you? I know y'all have cards on y'all. Nobody got cards on y'all. Okay. All right. Listen. I'll see y'all in court. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Have a great night.
After searching the vehicle and finding no contraband, the officers released Anthony without issuing any citations. Anthony later shared his recording of the encounter on his YouTube channel, as well as the security footage featured in this episode. Overall, the Philadelphia officers get an F for conducting a warrantless frisk without any reason to believe that Anthony was armed and dangerous, searching Anthony's vehicle and his wife's purse without probable cause, and failing to exercise reasonable discretion in their deployment of resources and general conduct throughout an encounter that began as a minor parking violation. The Fourth Amendment violations here are serious and interconnected. Neither the frisk nor the vehicle search were supported by the predicate level of suspicion that the Constitution requires, and the officer's apparent willingness to subject Anthony to both an invasive pat-down and a full search of his vehicle and its contents without any articulable basis for believing that he was armed or that contraband was present reflects a fundamental disregard for the standards that are established by the Fourth Amendment. Now, beyond the legal failures, the officer's conduct throughout this stop was marked by a disproportionate deployment of manpower, a persistent failure to de-escalate, and a dismissive and at times hostile demeanor toward both Anthony and members of the public who had gathered in response to the disturbance. The investigation into a parking violation that produced no citation did not warrant a handcuffed detention, a full vehicle search, and the level of force and personnel deployed here. And the officer's refusal to engage constructively and respectfully with Anthony or the bystanders reflects a failure of professional judgment that is entirely independent of the Fourth Amendment questions. This interaction highlights how legally unjustified intrusions layered onto a minor stop can do lasting damage to both the individuals subjected to them and the broader relationship between law enforcement and the communities they serve. That relationship depends upon a foundation of mutual respect and proportionate conduct. And when officers respond to a parking violation with hostility and constitutional violations, they undermine the public trust that effective policing cannot function without. Now, Anthony gets a B- because although he mostly complied with the officer's commands while exercising his right to verbally protest, and he demonstrated a working understanding of his Fourth Amendment rights throughout the encounter, he also revealed meaningful misunderstandings of the legal framework governing the stop and contributed to the escalation through a verbally combative demeanor that obscured his more legally sound instincts. Anthony's decision to physically comply with the officer's orders while continuing to verbally object reflects the approach that courts and legal commentators consistently recommend. Physical compliance preserves safety and avoids additional criminal exposure, while verbal objection preserves the right to challenge the stop's legality after the fact. His repeated invocations of his right to refuse consent to a search were also legally grounded, and his decision to film the encounter produced the footage that makes this legal analysis possible. However, Anthony's most significant legal misunderstanding was his repeated insistence that the officers had no authority to approach him absent a citizen complaint, a premise that Supreme Court precedent squarely rejects, as an officer's personal observation of a potential violation is sufficient to justify an investigative detention without any outside report. He also appeared to believe that the property owner's informal permission to park in front of the driveway negated the violation, when the ordinance contained no such exception, and the city retained an independent interest in enforcing its parking laws on public streets. Further, Anthony's aggressive demeanor throughout the stop, while somewhat understandable given the circumstances, was persistently abrasive in a way that made meaningful communication with the officers difficult to sustain. And while that dynamic did not create the Fourth Amendment violations that are documented in this encounter, it contributed to an escalating tension that a more measured approach might have helped contain. Let us know if there is an interaction or legal topic that you would like us to discuss in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to check out Audit the Court if you're interested in exploring the legal nuance beyond the body cam.